Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Everybody Eats. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be reviewing Zach Cregger's newest horror movie, Barbarian. Barbarian is a gutsy thrill ride of a horror film that's crafted perfectly together with an incredible cast, fantastic dialogue, and an eerily twisty narrative that will keep audiences at the edge of their seats until the finale. At least, I know it did for me. Director Zach Cregger comes out swinging with his first foray into horror, and he proves he knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not sure there's been a stronger directorial horror debut since Ari Aster's Hereditary in 2018, and even then, I think Barbarian will find broader appeal simply due to the fact that it's more fun at a commercial level. This is a film that's meant to be taken in with a crowd, whether it be friends or strangers, to experience the collective shock together. Tess Marshall, played by Georgina Campbell, flies to Detroit for a job interview and ends up finding a lone Airbnb in the middle of an abandoned and torn down neighborhood. To make matters even worse, she finds a man named Keith, played by Bill Skarsgård, already inside the property due to the fact that it's been double booked. The two end up splitting the Airbnb and bond in an unforeseen manner, though they soon realize that there's something or someone lying deep below the basement. Though the plot is extremely simple, it's the manner in which Cregger executes every single moment that allows this film to truly stand out. The conversations between Tess and Keith carry an oddly emotional weight behind them, as if the filmmaker truly wants the audience to get to know these characters first, whether or not they find emotional closure. While many horror films are in a rush to get to the scares, Barbarian submerges the viewer into the world itself, as contained as it may be, and builds the dread from the ground up. Once the initial reveal is made, the film makes a confidently bold decision to change up its narrative course entirely. It's refreshing to see a studio horror film allow newer directors to take such risks in storytelling, especially when audiences are still bombarded by dozens of generic horror titles on a yearly basis. That said, Barbarian is also a film that may not live up to everyone's expectations due to the inaccurate comparisons to 2021's Malignant. The two are two tonally different beasts entirely. James Wan's hit is campy in nature, whether purposefully or not, yet it knowingly feeds off its own energy and keeps on reaching for more up until the finale. Barbarian, on the other hand, starts off on a much calmer note, and once the reveal is made, tries to contain it immediately. Cregger somehow manages to craft a slow burn horror that feels pulpy and energetic at the same time. The suspense he implants in his audience is what drives the film forward in the first act, and as the narrative mutates, so do expectations of what's to come. But for the most part, Cregger stays one step ahead. Even down the dark corridors this film goes, both literally and figuratively, it manages to stay true to itself as a genuinely original and exciting horror film. There's laughs to be had, especially with Justin Long, who gives a career best performance, but the film undoubtedly revels in its scares. From the moment Campbell opens that door to reveal a seemingly never-ending underground tunnel, the momentum doesn't stop. It certainly changes course, but it does not stop. And while the film becomes truly unhinged in the climax, it was still easy for me to stay immersed in this bonkers little horror film that seems like the director had as much fun making as I did watching. With recent news that Barbarian has far exceeded box office predictions, this simply serves as proof that audiences still want to see original titles, especially those with trailers that don't give away the entire plot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give Barbarian a 4 out of 5. It is such an exciting horror movie, and I love original horror movies, and it's great to just see that in the mainstream. My theater I went to was almost completely packed, and I was very surprised to see that. I hope this movie continues to keep making money, and I'm very excited to see what Zach Cregger does in the future, but for now, go into it completely blind. I tried to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, so if you're a fan of horror in any kind of way, definitely go peep this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. My name is Abby. We have a ton more reviews, interviews, and a bunch more content coming out soon, so stay tuned.